So those are like the 4 main tools that are Wiccan specifically tools that you'll see a lot of Wiccans using. So we have the 4 elements represented there because, like I said, Wicca is all about balance, and so we want things to be balanced, and we will have, so we have our 4 elements represented by our 4 tools so that everything is balanced. We have each of the elements in proportion to each other in our spells. Okay, so that's like 4 main ones, 4 really big ones. So then we'll kind of get into kind of the eclectic witch, or just general things that aren't well, I mean, they're still pretty common, but they're not like as essential, I guess. But I don't know, it kind of depends on what kind of magic you're working and what you like to do as to what's essential and what's not. But for me, those are the 4 essential things. And then there are some other things that we might have. Like I said, I'm a fire witch, so I have a ton of candles. I have candles like these. I have candles that are little like this. I have tea lights. I have pillory candles. I just have a lot of candles. I have a lot of candles. I'm sorry. But like I said, I'm a fire witch, so that's kind of what I do. Candles are kind of like one of my things. So that's something that I personally have a lot of. If you went to somebody else's house who who wasn't really associated with the element of fire, maybe they were associated with earth or water or air, they would probably have a lot of something different, like a lot of herbs or a lot of incenses or a lot of like blessed waters. Just kind of depends on what you're working with, what you're doing. But candles are something that a lot of people will use. Every time I cast my circle, you can see the candles that I have up right now that I'm currently using. Every time that I cast my circle, I use my green candle to represent the god and my red candle to represent the goddess. And I use these, I light these as kind of like a beacon to welcome them into my circle. And then I'll light a candle for each of the 4 elements to invoke the elements and invite them into my circle. That's just kind of how I do it. So we have candles. Candles are good. Candles are cheap. I got 2. These were on sale after Christmas at my local dollar store. So I got 2 of them for 50 cents. So like these burn for about 2 to 3 hours a piece. And then these will burn for a good couple hours. This will burn for several hours, but then like my cheap little tea lights will only burn for like 20 to 30 minutes, or like a birthday candle is only gonna burn for a couple minutes. So it kind of depends on how big you want your candles, how long you want them to burn, how discreet you want them to be, what kind of candles you might choose to use. Okay, so that's candles. Element of fire, fire witch. So yeah, candles. Also, candle holders you can get from Walmart or dollar store, so they're usually pretty cheap. Both of my candle holders I have back here were $1 a piece. And then my candle dish that I have my big candle on was $2. So, I mean, it's easy to find. I mean, they're not going to be like over the top fancy, but it's still, if you're using a candle, this is another thing. If you are using a candle, put it in a candle holder. Do it. I am serious. I'm very serious right now. If you're going to use a candle, put it in a candle holder. Don't burn down your house. Don't burn down your altar. Use a $2 candle holder. Not that expensive. I promise you, you can find one. If you're using the birthday candles, make a little clay one out of the clay that I showed you that I used for the wand and the theme. Get some crafting clay and make yourself some little clay birthday candle holders. Because, I mean, how awful would that be to set your altar or your bed on fire because you wanted to light a birthday candle? Like, it's not worth it. Just get yourself a candle holder. Okay, and the main oil that I use is patchouli. This is for like abundance, prosperity, fertility, money, that sort of thing. That's what patchouli's for. It smells really, really good. I really like it. I use it in like all of my spells. Because I'm like, why would I not want some extra abundance with this spell? Better use some patchouli because it smells so good. But a lot of people use oils. All oils have different things that are associated with them, so all oils are kind of for different things. My friend pointed out to me the other day, which this was not that expensive. This was like $3. But I mean, I understand if you can't get somewhere that sells like specialty. Like, this is kind of a weird thing, you know, it's gonna be kind of hard to find. So I understand if you can't find this somewhere. But my friend pointed out extra virgin olive oil. Like, if you really want oil to be like anointing and blessing things with and you can't find any, like extra virgin olive oil. Like, it's a really clean, pure oil. Olives, you know, were associated with the wealthy in Greece. So why not? I mean, extra virgin olive oil I feel like has a lot of properties that can be very good for your spells. So if you want to use oil in your spells and you can't get to a specialty oil shop, olive oil. You can get it like anywhere that sells food. I have my candle snuffer that I made. I made this. It's a little, this is the same clay. It's all the same clay. It's all that dollar clay. You can see on the bottom it's like all ashy and covered in wax and stuff. This is my candle snuffer. Some people, which this is kind of a specific individual thing, some people don't like blowing out their candles. They feel like it's kind of disrespectful to the element of fire. They feel like you're putting out the fire with wind, so you're saying the air is more important than fire. But you know, that's kind of like a really picky, persnickety thing. But I also like this better because, I don't know, I feel like it's much more like delicate and ceremonial to just kind of like slowly put out the fire and then take it off. I don't know. This is just something that I really like. But like I said, I made this myself. It cost me 50 cents. If you want a candle snuffer, just make yourself one. Make yourself a little clay one. That a lot of witches use are herbs. I have 3 main herbs that I like to use a lot, which I'm not going to go like in depth about what they do. I'm just going to say what they are. I have sage. I have mugwort. And I have bay leaves. Bay leaves are good for wishing. So, I just have these little jars. Obviously, herbs are associated with the element of earth. So, if you are like an herbal witch, a kitchen witch, an herby, earthy kind of witch, you'll probably have a lot more herbs than me, and that's okay. A lot of kitchen witches just love herbs and spices and just know everything about every single one of them, and that's wonderful. So, this is another thing that is very easy to access. Very easy to get. And again, you don't have to use herbs if you don't want to. So other like specialty things that I of course, have my tarot cards. And I have one more deck too. These are something that I use a lot if you choose to do divination a lot, which is a lot of tarot cards. And then I also have, I love these so much. These are my meditation balls. I use these to help myself relax and go into a meditative state. These are from Earthbound. And I hope, these are all a bunch of basic tools that a lot of Wiccans will have. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope this has been informative for you. I will put links in the description to my Tumblr blog and my Etsy shop. If you want to see a certain video over specifics about a certain tool and how to use it, you can send me a request on my Tumblr blog and I will make a video response to you explaining how to use the tool that you have questions about. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed.